It's a combination of in-person testing like here at Atrium Health Cleveland, as well as at-home testing, particularly in the school system. The tanker just burst into flames, a couple loud bangs while firefighters were working on it, and in the flames, let me flip around, show you what we're seeing right now. It just happened so suddenly. While former President Trump spent a good amount of his time on the 2022 midterm elections, he also teased about 2024. CMPD officers still have the Lionsgate community blocked off. We've been seeing officers switching shifts, coming in and out. Activists say you can see the problem when you get to the courthouse. The courthouse is on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way. That black box that's across the street with the pyramid on top, about 10 feet high, that's the Dr. MLK Memorial. Right over here, just about my knees, this is the War Veterans Memorial. And this over here, about 3 stories high, that is the Confederate Monument. Alma Adams's district will be mainly confined to the city of Charlotte, and then the newly redrawn 13th district is going to include Western Meck counties, Gaston, Cleveland. What the popular rescue TV shows don't show you is how much time paramedics spend cleaning their ambulances. They use special products, not the kinds that you and I would use. But just like us, paramedics can only reach into so many corners and crevices. This new technology will help them. Catalytic converters contain a small amount of platinum. You can find them underneath your car right over here. It's this cylindrical object, which is at the center of crimes in Charlotte, Gastonia. This particular section of Main Street crossings really illustrates the problems here, like cracked surfaces and this abandoned car. And don't forget these overgrown bushes. She has 1,200 likes, and the decision clearly was easy, but telling her friends, that was the tough part. Elaine Link praises the staff here at Abernathy Laurels, but she says with safety comes sacrifices. Elaine's family finds the best prescription for a pandemic: patience, especially for her sister Myra Warren, who lives at Abernathy Laurels.
Her patient level is just so much better than I anticipated. She is taking one day at a time.
It was 2 days ago when Catawba County Public Health announced 2 people here tested positive for COVID-19. Her sister is safe, but day-to-day life is different.
We're used to doing long-distance living. This is a whole different ballgame.
A ballgame where everyone stays in their rooms.
An isolation that's amazingly shocking.
Which she understands. It's necessary to protect people. The staff is allowing residents to stay at their doorways and do group activities with instructors in the hallways. But Elaine says Myra still can't talk and touch her friends, something the former teacher and pastor's wife cherishes.
It's been very difficult to go from being a very active social person to basically you're right by yourself.
No one from the outside can visit, but Elaine will soon be able to see Myra.
We are going to have to tenderly take care of her environment.
But that environment will be a series of doctor's offices. Her sister has medical appointments she must go to in person. She's been putting off those dates as long as she can. The reason why is the same reason Elaine's just trying to think one day at a time.
I'm not thinking about that. Not thinking about that yet. I'll get there the day that I have to go.
The day Myra returns here, she has to be isolated for 14 days. The price of ensuring safety.
But, you know, we take one day at a time and do what we have to do to take care of things.
Facility management emphasizes they've been keeping the residents here active and engaged, albeit with a lot of changes to how those activities look because of the risk of infection. Spring 2020 was supposed to be a new beginning for Melissa Holland's family.
We found what we thought was going to be our forever home, and we moved here.
To Gastonia, where Holland also found a new job as a home health aide for Contegra. 1 week in, she got a call from HR.
Due to COVID, we're not going to be needing you anymore, so you're laid off. Go file for unemployment.
She did and got approved in early April. Note the employer listed here, Gaston Family Health Services, which was Contegra's former name.
I was worried about being able to bring in the money for my family. It made me feel better as soon as I found out that I was approved.
But after receiving unemployment checks for months, she got this letter in July rejecting her claim. Take a look at that top right corner. Her employer was switched to her old job, the one she quit to take the new job in Gastonia. She doesn't know how that happened. In her original unemployment claim, she specifically states which job she was laid off from. Shortly after, the state sent her 2 more letters demanding she pay back the unemployment she already received, $8,900.
Oh, I was furious. I was mad to the point that I started crying.
She appealed the decision and made several calls trying to explain the state put the wrong employer on her forms.
And I tried to tell them, and I tried to tell them, and they would not listen.
Her appeal was rejected. Her family's plans for their dream home disappeared. Until we got involved. After we sent multiple messages, the State Division of Employment Security, or DES, agreed to review Holland's case. On March 12th, the state told her they made a mistake and she no longer has to repay anything. She says DES also deposited more than $2,700 to her bank account, money she says the state withheld last summer.
I was like, holy cow. I was surprised. I was very, very surprised.
With the state's repayment demand wiped out and the new money she received, Holland says her family can finally bring that dream of a forever home in Gastonia back to life. Holland says the state still owes her about $1,900, and we'll be following up to make sure she gets paid the rest of that amount. Travel feels like a race against the clock.
Man, this is a place to watch.
You know, Ben.
But Ben and Mary Choate,
Oh my gosh, we are dying here.
and Amy and Scott Humble, how long have you been waiting here?
What, an hour and a half? Yeah.
Hope that clock slows down.
I don't want him to get here and then blink and then it's time for him to leave again.
The Humble's son is in the Navy. They haven't seen him since he graduated boot camp.
Over anxious, extremely anxious.
We haven't seen him since May.
The Choates are waiting for their daughter, their son-in-law, and 2 of their grandchildren.
All of our grandchildren will be together for the first time.
Until then, the Choates and Humbles can only wait and watch others reunite.
Okay.
But just in the blink of an eye,
Oh, about to land.
We're coming up on the sea.
On C.
You help me watch if he comes that way.
We'll be looking here and they'll be coming down there.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. That's them.
Oh my gosh. Look at you.
these precious moments in life feel timeless. At Charlotte Douglas Baggage Claim, Brandon Goldner, NBC Charlotte.